Have you ever gotten done with a lifting session where you crushed your weights with absolutely perfect form, but your back is still killing you? You stretch it, you do every core strengthening exercise you see on the gram, and then you spend 30 minutes on your warm-up to make sure everything is perfect for your session, but the low back is still blowing up? Here's the wake-up call you've been looking for. Your lower back is always going to be painful as long as it's doing all the work when you're standing and or you're lifting. Imagine this, if you're walking around with a bowling bag like this all day long with your bicep fully flexed. What's going to happen when you go to use that bicep? He's already exhausted. Well, your lower back's going to be the same thing. If you're always lifting weights, you're probably going to be in this hyperextended state, and when that happens, your lower back is already exhausted before you even touch the weights. And then guess what happens when you start touching the weights? Your lower back is eventually going to go boom boom. My name is Coach Matt Pippin, and I'm going to show you a quick exercise to get your lower back to finally relax. And this is going to be great to do both before and after your lifting session. Alright guys, so this is how we're going to get that lower back to finally relax. The only equipment you're going to need is you're going to need some kind of towel to put behind your neck, and then you're going to need a chair. You could also use a bench. And if you don't have either of those, you could actually put your feet up on the wall. It's all the same thing. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get on our back and we're going to put our feet up on the bench. You just want to make sure that your legs are at 90 degrees. So if you look, feet, shin bone, hip bone, the rest of the body, and then you want to put this behind the neck. You don't want to have it behind your head, you want to be behind your neck. If you've ever taken a CPR class, they always say like to tip your chin up. You want to have that because otherwise you can't breathe. And the biggest part about this exercise is we're going to work on breathing. So if you think of it like this, the lower back muscles, if they're super on, that means your abs are going to be like this, meaning your ribs are extended. My abs aren't really on right now. So to get the back to relax, we want to get these muscles, more specifically those internal obliques, to really turn on. And we're going to do that by forcing exhalation, aka known as breathing. So to get started, put that towel behind your lower or the back of your neck. You're going to put your hands on your ribs. You're going to take in a nice casual inhale. You see how this all expands, and then we're going to go blow all that air out. Notice how my ribs come down. So that's kind of what we're going for here. Second thing is you now want to make sure your hamstrings are on. What I mean by that is digging those heels down just so you start to feel your hamstrings are doing something. You don't want them relaxed. You want them on like a 1 out of 10. So now let's put that all together. Hamstrings are on. Inhale casually through the nose. And then blow all that air out. The longest exhale you can do. Once you've completed the exhale, you want to count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and now keep pulling your abs down as you take in that next inhale. It should be nice and casual. And then the longest exhale you can produce again. Now what you should start to see is that your sternum has got to come away from the bottom of your chin. Otherwise you're just breathing and you're not really contracting those abs. So keep pulling those abs in, and every exhale you do, your sternum should get farther and farther down. After about 4 or 5 reps, your abs should be really on. If they're not, you're not getting your ribs down enough. So then you can just use your hands as you exhale and almost feel like you're pushing them down as you get those ribs to come down using your hands. The more you do this, the more your abs are going to be able to turn on better. You become more efficient, and it's going to start to make more sense. Now, one of the hardest things to do here is to get your front neck muscles not to come to the party. You're going to want to go like this. This has got to stay relaxed. So a good rule of thumb is kind of wherever your sternum is, from there down is on. From here up is not on. It's got to be relaxed. So I almost think to myself after a breath or two, just let my head, just let it be. Let your head kind of fall backwards like that. So the way you're going to want to do this is you're going to start out with like 5 breaths. We're not trying to progress from there. It's always going to be 5 breaths, but work on trying to get the longer the exhales. That's where the money is. The longer the exhale, the more those abs have to contract, pulling those ribs down. So give this a go. Let us know in the comments section how it goes. If you guys have any questions, and hit either a like or subscribe because we've got way more content coming your way.